Hey there! Welcome to Lesson 2 of Module 4. Do you remember the self-care talk from earlier? Today we are going to talk all about how to make it a priority. I have an action item for you right off the bat. I want you to pause this video and grab your notebook. Then quickly jot down all of your to-dos for right now. Spend a couple minutes just writing, and when you're ready, come on back. Okay, now that you have your to-do list written, I want you to fill each item in the proper box. So if it's an urgent and important matter, put it in the top left quadrant. If it's not important but urgent, fill it in the lower left quadrant. Let's go through a few examples so you can get a good idea of what I'm talking about. Here's an example of what your chart might look like. The urgent and important items may be sending last-minute emails or having something to pick up quickly or even project deadlines. The urgent and non-important items may be meetings that aren't so important or needless interruptions. The not urgent and the important items are the self-care items. It's not necessarily urgent, but it's very important that you take care of them, such as signing up for a yoga class, writing in your journal, going on a walk, or calling a friend. And lastly, the not urgent and the not important section. Social media, excessive TV, excessive relaxation, and other time wasters. Go ahead and pause this for a minute so you can fill in your quadrants. Now that you have all your quadrants filled, I want you to take a look at the not urgent but important section. It's even possible that you don't have anything in this quadrant because it's often the first one to get left out. However, it's your self-care quadrant. It's the area that you get to work on and improve yourself, your relationships, and become better overall. Unfortunately, we often let these items end up at the bottom of our to-do list, and you know what happens to items at the bottom of the to-do list. They stay there and never get done. So the question I have for you is, what happens when you deprioritize or ignore your self-care? What happens to you specifically when you stop taking time for yourself? Do you end up feeling burned out really easily, or does your body get sick or constantly tired? What does ignoring those self-care activities feel like for you? Here are some common examples of possible scenarios. You deprioritized healthy eating and exercise and just found out that you're pre-diabetic. You just kept adding to your stress instead of slowing down to deal with it, and now you feel crippled, unable to do anything. You didn't nurture that relationship and now feel alone. Or you didn't write down or follow through with your financial goals because other things came first and now you're broke. Sooner or later, the important items will need to be taken care of. Don't let them become urgent. We've all been there. Have you ever come down with a cold because you've worked yourself to the bone and now you can't focus on anything? Or have you been to the doctor and discovered that you have high blood pressure that needs to be taken care of immediately? Don't neglect this area of your life before it's too late. So here's your action item for today. If you had a couple self-care items in your quadrant, I want you to pick one to focus on and prioritize. If you didn't have anything written there, that's okay. It might just be time to step back and look at all the other quadrants. What can you eliminate that will give you time and energy for your own self-care? I want you to think about an activity that promotes your own self-care and do it. Make it a priority.